most dangerous lies you will ever hear are not the ones somebody tells you. They're the ones you tell yourself in your own voice, in your kitchen. And here's the thing about your voice, you never question it. Does that sound like you? Are you ready to stop? Fantastic. Then today we're going to delve into our hearts. So grab your cup of tea and your copy of My Beloved, a wonderful 30-day devotional to receive, release, and radiate. It's finally out in the world, and let's release those lies that are dimming your light. Do you find yourself struggling with constant anxiety, stress, or burnout? Maybe you're navigating through overwhelming waves of sadness or darkness. Has someone allowed you to believe that you're unworthy? Well then, we're here to debunk those beliefs and help you to overcome them. Hello, my friend, and welcome to the Radiance from Within podcast, guiding Christian women to build their confidence and self-worth. My name is Heidi, and I'm so excited to have you here. We'll work together to help you overcome negative beliefs by incorporating prayer, devotionals, and journaling into your daily routine. Additionally, we'll explore the power of words and how they can impact your mindset and well-being. Because when you unleash your inner peace, you will find the desire and strength to spread kindness and compassion. Join me each week and unlock your radiance from within. Discover your power and strength and embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to week 2 of our Essence series. Last week was breath. We talked about what you're holding, and we opened 3 salty doors to let it all out through releasing your tears, emotional and ritual writing, and of course, your sweat. If you missed it, no worries. Go back and get it because you'll actually need that release to receive and understand the goodness from today, because today is heart. Heart is the hard one. And here's why. Last week was about what you're carrying. This week is about what you're hiding. And you're not hiding it from your husband or your sister or the woman next to you in the pew. You're hiding it from you. But here's the truth and why you need to unclench those fists and release your breath. It takes guts to come face to face with your true self. Because being honest with yourself means looking at the good and the bad. It means admitting you cannot be and are not perfect at everything, and that some people are simply better than you at certain things, and that is a-okay. But it also means admitting there are things you do better than almost anybody walking around on this planet. Isn't that funny how both of those statements can be true, but are hard to say out loud? But here's what I want you to understand today. When you're not honest with yourself, it doesn't stay small. It doesn't stay one little thing you're pretending about. It's a staircase, and it only goes in one direction. And I've walked down every single step. But we need to start understanding where these lies are coming from, how they got stored inside. We need to take the first step. The first step is denial. Sometimes you don't even feel yourself standing on it. Now, some of this got installed a long time ago. When you were little, you watched everybody around you, especially those closest to you. Perhaps you quickly jumped to conclusions and assumed what they thought about you. That nod of approval from your dad, that got stored. That disappointing look your teacher gave you from across the room, yep, that went in too, just as deep. Those small moments became ingrained in your subconscious, and as you grew older, those thoughts remained with you, deeply rooted, much like a tree growing around a fence. And here's what your brain does with all of that. Your brain will steer you away from anything that might make you feel those old feelings again. It's protecting you, so you deflect, you avoid. At this point, you probably know that back in December 2018, I got laid off. I'd been in the healthcare industry since I was 19. Etna, glad I met you. I'm certainly not going to read you my resume, but let's just say I had done it all. Every seat, every department, every version of the job. So when they let me go, do you know what I thought? I thought, how nice. I did. I thought, what perfect timing right before the holidays. I'll take a little time off. I'll enjoy my family for once. And then come January, I'll send out a few applications and bam! I'll be the next manager at XYZ Healthcare. No questions, no problem. My sweet, I indeed was a little cocky. I did not know the I'm fine was a lie. That's the thing about the first step. It doesn't feel like a lie. It feels like being okay. But then January came and I sent out the applications exactly like I said I would, and there's nothing. Crickets. Do you know that sound? That emptiness, the pit in your stomach, checking your email at 10 at night for something that isn't there. That's where we have to take the second step, waiting, because trust is fragile. And when you lose trust in your own ability to do a thing, something inside you quietly breaks. And it takes a long, long time to pick those pieces up. Those pieces turn into self-doubt, then into hesitation. Then you're not even sure what you want anymore, let alone whether you could get it. There's a therapist, Dr. Racine Henry, who tells us that when you stop being honest with yourself, you start to think less of yourself. And eventually you begin second-guessing the kind of person you even are. That's exactly what happened, because I'm fine turned into something else. It turned into they were right to let me go. And then I peaked. That was it. That was the whole thing. And then the one that still makes my chest hurt to say, I'm going to have to go work at a grocery store. Now hear me, because this matters. That feeling, that statement was never about the grocery store. Those people work harder than I ever did in an office, and there's honor in that. It was all the effort, knowledge, my license, and years of learning that risked going to waste. Because in my head, it meant everything I had built was over. 30 years of knowing exactly what I was doing, and none of it counted for anything anymore. All of it just sitting there going nowhere. That's what I was really afraid of. Not the work, the waste. I had decided I was done. I had decided it wasn't worth it anymore. I wasn't worth it anymore. Who cares? They certainly didn't. And when you decide something like that, you don't argue with it. You just start living like it's true, which is the third step, the web. Because one lie is never one lie. Each one you tell yourself digs the hole a little wider, and then you need another one to hold up the first one. And after a while, you can't remember which parts are true and which parts you made up on a bad Tuesday. It's exhausting. It wears you down. Your insecurities get bigger and your world gets smaller. And the worst part, what it does to the people around you. You stop calling your friends. You get quiet at family dinners. You start declining things. And you tell yourself it's because you're busy. And it isn't. It's because you don't want anybody looking at you. I called it Pity City. That's what I named it because that's where I was living. Population, me. And my sweet, I wasn't there for a weekend. I was there for a very long time. But while wallowing in my own woes, something happened that I did not really expect. I suppose looking back now, I should have. My husband would not let me stay there. Ray did not give up on me, and let me be clear, it was not one beautiful speech that fixed everything. It was him saying it over and over for many months. You're worth more than that. I couldn't hear it. At first, I could not hear his words clearly because the lie was so much louder. He was standing right there telling me who I was and what I was capable of, but I could not get over the self-doubt long enough to believe him. But he kept saying it anyway. And somewhere in there, slowly, much more slowly than I wish it had been, I got up off that floor and I drove out of Pity City. And let's take a quick second to count our blessings, please. I want you to look at where I'm sitting right now. This is episode number 165. And I have a devotional that came out into the world this week, and I'm building a speaking career at an age when I was fully convinced I was finished. But I was not. I was lied to by me. And Psalm 51:6 meets us beautifully today. What you're after is truth from the inside out. From the inside out. Not truth from the outside in. Not the version you give people at coffee hour when they ask how you're doing and you say, I'm fine. God is not looking for fine. He's looking for the part underneath, the part you don't say. And I want you to understand something right here, right now. God already knows. He's not asking you to be honest so that he can find out. He knows what you've been telling yourself. He's asking you to be honest so that you can realize what he already knows, that you're a beloved child of God. So here's what I want from you this week. One question, that's all. What have I decided about myself that isn't true? Sit with that. Don't fix it. Don't fight it. And please don't beat yourself up about it. You've done enough of that. Just find it and look at it. And if you need help getting it out of your head, well, you already know what to do. That's door number 2 from last week. Write it down. Because here's the beautiful thing about lies. They cannot survive being looked at directly. They only work in the dark. I learned a while back about 2 words carved over an old temple in Delphi, thousands of years before any of us got here. Know thyself. 2 of the easiest words to say, and probably the 2 hardest things anybody ever asks you to do. Next week we finish this beautiful journey. Next week is soul, our essence. And beautiful, I've been waiting for that one because after you release what you're holding and you tell the truth about what you're hiding, there's only one thing left to do. There is a part of you that nobody put there. Not your teacher, not the job, not the lie. That's your essence. And we're going to find it. But you had to come through your heart to get there. That's why this week is the work. Now, let's settle in for our prayer. Deep breath in and out. Father God, you placed every star in the sky, and then you made me. When I allow the lies to creep into my mind, into my soul, will you please remind me that you care about every hair on my head, that you love me the way I am in your perfect image. Will you teach me patience? Will you teach me grace? Will you please teach me kindness and generosity? To walk in Jesus's footsteps, dear Lord, not just for others. Yes, of course, I want to lead with kindness and compassion, but I must put on my mask first. I must pour from a full cup, and that means kicking the lies that I have been living with, especially the ones I've been telling myself to the curb. Lord, I know you love me. You gave your only Son for me. My strength must come from you. I am wonderfully made by you. I am valued by you. So take the lies out of my mouth, the ones I have been repeating so long I stopped hearing them, and guide me on the road, because I do not want to live one more day in a place you never sent me. In Jesus' name, amen. My sweet, you are not what a hard season decided about you. You are not when someone allowed you to believe. You are so much more than that. The truth will feel scary before it feels like freedom, and it will feel like freedom. So step out of the darkness and let that light shine right through the cracks. And until we meet again, beautiful, I believe in you. Now it's your turn. Thank you for joining me on today's podcast. But before you go, a simple request. If this podcast has made a difference in your life, please leave a review where you listen and share this episode with someone who could use a little light today. Knowing my show has impacted your life brings me so much joy. Remember to explore my Etsy boutique to discover the workbook you need most this month. And until next time, my friend, ignite inspiration, spread hope, and dance with faith.